Okay, for number two, I'm going to draw a picture of a path between A and B. And it says two men, A and B, are A miles apart. So this over here is A miles long. All right? And I'm going to say A is here and B is over here. Now they set the same time and travel towards each other. So they travel towards each other. A travels a rate of m miles per hour. So I'm going to start talking about, the distance A goes, the rate A goes, and the time A goes. And I'm going to talk about B also, the distance B goes, the rate B goes, and the time B goes. All right, let's take a look at it. So what does it say? It says A travels a rate of m miles per hour. So A's rate is m miles per hour. And B's rate is n miles per hour. All right? So it goes on and says, how far will each travel when they've met? Well, I want to point out when they meet, they've traveled for the same amount of time. So what I want to do is I want to put down they've traveled for the same amount of time. So the time that A traveled is the same thing the time that B traveled. Now this is a distance equals rate times time. So what do I get? I get mt equals nt. Now, by the way, I'm no longer thinking about the problem. What am I thinking about now? I'm thinking about they meet. So I want to point out that where they meet, they cover A miles, which means the distance that A goes, maybe something like this. And I'm not sure where they meet, by the way. And the distance that B goes, maybe something like this, would cover all A miles. So let's write this down. So I got MT plus NT equals A. All right? Again, you may wonder what you're looking for here, and you may have to reread the problem, by the way, but it says over here, how far. So really what I'm looking for how far they've traveled, all right? So let me put this over here. So what's T going to be? That's going to be, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to factor the T out, and what do you get? You'd get M plus N equals A. Now remember, I don't want T. I want the distance. I want this thing and I want this thing. Okay, let's see if we can get T now. What's T? T is equal to A over M plus N. Now these are the given. A is the mile between them. M and N are the rates of the individuals, A and B. All right, so I know what T is now in terms of A, M, and N. What's the distance A goes? Let me write that down. That would be M times the T. So it would be MA over M plus N. And what's the distance B would goes? Well, it's going to be N times T, which is NA over M plus N. And what was your question? Let's read it again to you. How far will each have traveled? Well, A is going to travel this distance, and B will travel this distance. So let's take a look. I'm seeing that here. By the way, they commute this around. MA and AM are really the same thing. And this is the distance B goes. We got those written down. Everything's working out as advertised. I do want to point out, I know I do mention this on occasion. My name is Ron Bannon, and my email address is Bannon. That's B as in boy, the @ NNON.US. All right, if you have a question or concern related to the document, you want to improve the document, you see an error, please let me know. And if it's correct, I'll certainly make the correction, and I'll give you credit for it. Thank you.